All right, Lady Ada, what is this?
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Well, we're back. We had a couple people running show and tell for a few weeks. Thank you to Liz, JP, Noe, and Pedro, who are amazing hosts, I'm sure. I'm just going to shift over here a little bit. It's me, Lady Ada, with me, Mr. Lady Ada. We're broadcasting live from the Adafruit headquarters in downtown Manhattan. And for the next 25 minutes or so, we're going to check in with people from around the community, Adafruit folks, people building stuff, 3D printing, sewing, crafting, hacking, what have you. It's too hot outdoors, so stay inside and maybe make something cool to cool you off. We're going to kick it off with Jeff from Jepler from Adafruit. Sorry. Who's Jeff? Jepler?
Hey, Jeff.
You guys remember me? I used to work with you guys like back in April. I'm back now.
Hello.
Wow, you look totally different.
Yeah, so I've been playing with QMK because recently they merged support for the RP2040, and they have a pull request to add the macro pad. So when you load this code on, you get a LCD, a volume knob, and like a 10 key keypad. So that's really cool. And we're keeping kind of an eye on that to see what else we can do with RP2040 and QMK, thanks to the efforts of that cool community.
Yes, it's awesome. QMK is like the premier way that people make keyboards. It uses like, I think, Embed or like FreeRTOS or something. It's like very powerful.
And they've got a lot of great documentation, but I think what we can do is stuff focused on the new RP2040 and KB2040 that's going to really show how to use our stuff with QMK, which is going to be cool.
Jeff, could you drop a link in the Discord chat for folks to find where that is if they want to try it out? Because a lot of people have macro pads.
Yeah, I will drop a couple links in the Discord and say a little bit more.
Okay, cool. Thanks so much, Jeff. All right, next up is going to be JP because he has to bounce early.
Not to be confused with Jay Epler.
Hey, thank you for the quick. I just asked that if I could go soon. I got an appointment. All right, so what is this? What's going on? So I've been doing a bunch of tape projects, real tape projects previously, now digital tape projects. This one was inspired by a couple things. One of them being my super awesome Sony Field Reporter. This thing is a brick. This is what reporters and documentarians and filmmakers used before digital a lot of the time. So this is non-working. I have work to do ahead of me to get this thing working, but it's a gorgeous piece of design and built like a tank. So I wanted to sort of make a nod to that design and create this funky virtual tape drone. So I'm going to actually turn off my noise in the background here. I want you to hear this well. What I have right now are just two of these are working, but these allow me to turn on a droning loop. And then I can flip the other one on.
Oh, yeah.
And since they're out of phase or out of tune slightly, we get some really nice little beating oscillations and things. So right now, these will just crash it if I try to use these other ones because I don't have anything loaded up for those.
You were so ready to apply to like a Masters in Fine Arts program.
Exactly. Yeah. Everyone just wants to hear funky waves beating off each other, right? I'll get a whole art gallery for it. So this will eventually have some visualizations with tape and other information about levels. This right now sets the level of the first drone. I have a little rotary encoder here. I can't open it up fully, but this is something I put together pretty quickly today, the design. And the thing I think I'm most excited about is I've been hanging on to this piece of mesh since I replaced the seat of an Aeron chair a while ago. And I finally found a good use.
That's what it is.
So I wanted to put a piece of fabric in front of the speaker, and that was the perfect one. I could probably sit on that if I really see it.
Cool.
That's a good idea. You know, there's probably lots of little odds and ends of fabric or weird things that you can use. And as long as it's mesh, it can make a good speaker cover.
Right.
That's not just boring. That's a good idea.
Sure. And it's why you should never clean your workshop and just always hoard stuff, because I was able to go and grab that. I knew exactly where it was.
I know.
System.
I agree. I think never throw anything out.
Get rid of stuff because I needed that piece of fabric.
Okay.
So that's what I'm working on. And then I've got a slightly different project that's going to be related coming up. And this one's actually going to get reimagined for some other hardware. This is using some hardware that's either unavailable anymore or we have some cooler stuff coming out. So keep an eye on this one. I might show it a little bit more tomorrow on my show, but this one will be coming back around in a few weeks when we get some exciting new hardware. Oh, there we go. I made it reboot. Let's see if cute little reboots.
All right. And tomorrow is JP's workshop, so folks can tune in.
Come on by. Yeah. 4 o'clock Eastern time, 1 o'clock Pacific time.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you
JP.
so much, JP.
Thanks, everyone.
All right. Next up is Scott.
Hey,
Scott, what
Scott.
do you got going on?
Hello. So I've been working on what I call the web workflow. And the idea is that CircuitPython, if it auto connects to Wi-Fi, will also present a web server, which allows you to do file stuff, which I think I showed a couple of weeks ago. But the other main piece of a workflow for CircuitPython is the serial side. So being able to see like your debug output and interact with it. So what I've got here is a page that was a test page. I have some refining to do, but a test page for the serial connection that was served by the device that's here on my desk. And I should be able to type hello in here and hit send. And now I get the prompt back. So I got the regular header. So what it was waiting kind of like before the REPL. And so the H got snagged to do to get into the REPL. So you can see here that the LO is here. And then this bit here is the status bar title stuff that we do. So I'm going to have to go into a bunch of clients of ours for the serial thing and make them ignore this. But I think for this client, I may actually have it set the page title. So you'll be able to get the status in the tab bar, which would be
Awesome.
cool.
Good hack.
Yeah, so this is serial over WebSockets from Firefox, both directions. Which I just got. I only got the sending the text working just now. So
all right,
really excited about that.
Where and when, since this is CircuitPython 8 Alpha, where and when could folks maybe poke at this one day in the future?
So the file system stuff is already on the main branch. So absolute newest builds will have it. Cool. You have to use the .env file to auto connect to your Wi-Fi and also set a password. It's all password protected so that people who think it's fun to mess with other people will have a little bit of a hard time. It's not like super secure or anything, but it is just like, security is all about like raising the bar high enough that the people that you're worried about don't do it.
Yeah.
And so this is like raising the bar just one notch for the people that like to grief.
This is like a suitcase lock.
So probably a good idea
locks.
not to poke a hole in your firewall to expose this to the world.
100%. Yeah, I mean, this is like it's a password that gets sent over, unencrypted, that sort of thing. But so that's the file system stuff is in absolute newest, and then this is coming. The serial stuff will be coming once I get it kind of where I want it.
Okay.
Which would hopefully be by the end of the week, maybe.
Right on.
And folks have been testing it. There are bugs. So after I get this out for pull request, I'll be squashing some bugs.
All right. Thanks so much, Scott.
Thank you, Scott.
Next up, Brent. Brent, what you got going on?
Hi. So this past week, this is not my work. It's the work of Lauren, who's on the Wippersnapper and Adafruit IO team. So Adafruit IO, right, is our service for making IoT really easy. And Wippersnapper is our service for making it so easy that you don't even have to program. But people were having two issues. One, they couldn't find the webpage for Wippersnapper. Someone I was talking to today said that. And then two, it wasn't really obvious how to get your board loaded with the firmware. So there's a blog post on everything that we've done. There's a whole design refresh on Adafruit IO, but specifically you've changed the header around. And there's a new workflow, so you can add a new device by clicking this button. And then we list all of the boards, and there's 18 different boards supported with Wippersnapper. And
Wait,
you can even
other people add board support for their own boards, or do you have to use Adafruit?
You don't have to use Adafruit.
What?
Boards that are not Adafruit, not made by Adafruit, are compatible, just like CircuitPython. So, but everything here right now is Adafruit because that's what I can work on for now. But more than welcome, we have a guide and everything. And we have this new workflow, and you can click your board, and it'll show pictures of each step, to download Wippersnapper, a GIF to get into the bootloader, dragging and drop, generating a secrets file, uploading into your board and connecting to our service. So it's the easiest way to put your device on the internet and send data from your device. I have one here. It's on my desk. It's been sending data to Adafruit IO, and we even changed a lot of buttons around. The LED button is totally changed. We made it easier to add components to your board, and we also changed up a lot of other things available for better review in the blog post. Actions have been changed. You can start and stop them. There's a new page. It makes it super easy and simple to create actions. Flyouts have been removed. The site feels much faster, and it's good. And we're just going to keep improving the service.
Okay. Looks awesome. I love the new treatment, and it should be easier than ever. We're still in beta, but we're getting toward the release candidate.
Getting there.
All right. Thanks so much, Brent. Okay, Liz, what you got going on this week?
Hello. So I'm working on what's going to be a food scale. Eventually this container is going to be on top. I'm going to put cat food in it. So this stand you can see has like little spots for the little nubs are on the bottom of it. But it's using an NAU 7298. I'm really bad at remembering numbers, but it's one of the stemmer boards in the shop. And so on here I've got some buttons. They use the panel mount buttons, so you can choose if you want to show ounces or in grams. There's also going to be, you can zero it on the fly or do the full calibration because you want to use like a known weight on top, so that you can get an offset value so that you're actually getting the ounces and grams when you're measuring with it. And yeah, so this will be coming up, and then eventually it'll also be an IoT project, so folks can like log how fast your pet's food goes down over time.
Okay.
Excellent. All right. Well, thank you so much, Liz. And fun guides and more that you had this week. We'll be showing some of them.
Cool. Thanks.
All right.
Okie dokie. Next up, Noe and Pedro. What you got going on this week?
Guys. Hey, folks. Hey, so we got this super cute companion robot that was shown in Obi-Wan Kenobi. So this is like young Princess Leia's little companion robot. So we got two little servos in here to get the wings going up and down. It's powered by the Itsy Bitsy RP2040. And we got two little LEDs in there. We have a jewel and a single PCB button NeoPixels inside there. And everything's contained inside the bottom body. So there's three little mounts. And then on the bottom, because I don't know why Hasbro didn't think of this, having it attached to your shoulder, since like everybody at Disney has like these little shoulder mounts on there. Went ahead and took this guy over there to get some hero shots. And oh my God, I didn't think people would recognize who it is. The security guard, all the cast members, everybody was crying around, oh my God, where'd you get that little robot? Cool. So it was definitely cool and inspiring, right? To tell like the kids who were saying, oh, where do you get that? It's like, dude, you got to print your own. The files are available.
You got it. It's a droid. You got to build it.
Exactly. So I think the one that Disney's releasing comes out like in August. So we definitely beat them to the punch for that. And
so why wouldn't Disney have a Build-A-Droid thing instead of Build-A-Bear at this point, right?
They do, but you can't build Boba yet. Yeah, they have like a whole
It's thing. For the R2D2 style.
It's the R2D2 the BB-8s.
Oh, that's snappy.
And can you build a droid? Can you actually?
Yeah,
you can.
Build a droid. Yeah, they have all these cool like screws.
It's
and, like,
really
all these
immersive.
Tools. It's pretty
cool.
Wow. But
okay, never mind.
You can't
like
build
personality chips and stuff.
Yeah, of course, you gotta sell you on that. But
all right.
Yeah, it was really cool to. Everybody who came up to me, asking was, of course, they were cosplayers or were into this sort of scene. So we're able to, of course, hawk Adafruit, tell them where to go and get all the files and all that. But you don't have to use all of our parts. It definitely helps because that's what it's all designed for. But you can definitely update this, have like a CO2 sensor in there, like log, like, temperature data or something like that. And like we were showing in the video, because of the mounts, you can just figure out what's magnetic and just let it chill there and act like a real life, just reconnaissance robot.
Yeah.
So it has some like little play features, like the tail goes up and down. You can have it in stow mode, so you can travel with it. And one of the other things I had trouble doing was like figuring out how to get the wings to go. And I was gonna like attach it to these little tabs on there, but it works better just having gravity take care of it. And it's easier when you have kids because you can go over there, grab it, and he's not gonna break it. So lots of cool features like that. And of course, it's all snapped together, so it's super easy to add whatever components you want in there. So guide's live now. You can get all the files. It's all step files. You can edit it to your heart's content. and scale it up,
Okay.
upgrade it, whatever you want to do.
All right.
with it.
Good work. And we'll be playing this video and the one from last week too. So people have a two speed ups and 2 3D printing videos this week.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
Thanks so much. John.
Thank you, Lola.
All right. Next up, we're going to go to John and then Mark and then Neradoc. Hey, John. How's it going?
Hey,
What you got going on?
so a while back I was showing off my keychain holder backup idea that I had.
That's neat.
So I was just, it just has a little Wi-Fi chip back here, and when you hang up your keys, you can hang them up and plug in your USB drive and back up over Wi-Fi. So I talked about that a while ago, and I was showing it off on Twitter, and somebody's like, "Well, how do you safely remove it? Because there's no safe to remove USB button or anything on it,
Yeah.
right?" So I'm like, that's a great question. I mean, it uses extended 4 file system on there, so there's some protection, but I should really make sure that, when you're pulling your USB drive out, it's not corrupting your file system and ruining your backups, because that'd be a really, really horrible thing to do. So because I didn't want to just sit and unplug and plug this in like 500 times to make sure that I never corrupted the file system, because that sounded really, really exciting and boring. I actually hacked apart just a USB extension cable and stuck a relay on the power lines.
That's a good idea.
On the voltage lines, right? So and then I have a little Wi-Fi chip on here, and wrote a script so I can power cycle this relay, or turn the relay on and off, interrupt my file transfer on the USB device, and see what happens. So I ran that probably around 500 times, and every time it remounted that USB drive, and no file system errors. So that was a fun project where I didn't have to do that all manually. So
Good work.
just wanted to show that off.
That's a really good solution to a problem that you invented yourself.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was good. Excellent. You made the cure and the disease and the cure. So good work on that.
Thanks.
All right.
Okay,
John.
thanks so much,
See ya.
John. All right, we're going to go to Mark, and then we'll go to Neradoc. Hey, Mark, how's it going?
Pretty good. Haven't really done much with electronics last week. Just got new glasses that I thought I'd show off.
That's right.
Okay. Wait.
But yeah, these things have been a ton of fun to play with. I just managed to modify the 3D printed glasses that you guys have to support this hardware as opposed to the LED matrix that I love so much. And yeah, now I can.
I like that it doesn't blink, so it just looks like you're like really awake.
There's a few different things that this looks like. It could be a Simpsons character. It could be, I think, the villain in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. There's a lot of things that this starts to look like.
Yeah, I had a lot of people say it looked like the Minions, and
Minions,
I didn't.
That's in the theaters, I think, this week.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe you're sponsored by them. If not, you should be.
Yeah, I think they're technically sponsoring everything right now. Well, this is fantastic. And how could folks remake this or build this if they wanted to?
So right now on Twitter, there's a link to my GitHub, which has all the code that's used in this. I haven't uploaded the glasses. I literally finished printing and soldering this 15 minutes before the show. So I do plan to write up something and post it online, and I'll make sure that everyone, if they want to copy it and do what they want.
Yeah,
It's
get it over to us. This is really cool. Excellent work. This will delight many Zoom meetings for many people very soon.
Yeah, I realized that today that I need to wear this for work very soon.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Outstanding. All right.
Nice
Thanks
work,
so
Mark.
much, Mark.
Thanks a lot.
All right. Neradoc, how's it going? Play us
Hello.
out. Hello. What you
Can
got?
you hear me well?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so I've been doing some stuff related to installing libraries with the web workflow. So this is my fun house. It's not very happy. There's a module missing. So what we're gonna do is we're
Scott
gonna
was
load.
just on here. You're on the bleeding edge, as they say.
You're gonna load the web workflow, yeah, and we're gonna click auto install. And this downloads code.py. this finds all the modules, all the dependencies. It lists them. It gives you the versions that are on the
Yeah.
board, and you can install them. So let's install bitmap font. And so it uploads with Wi-Fi to the board. And now the boot restarts, and there's another error. There's another module missing. So you know what? Let's install them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, just do it.
This is like my iPhone. It's like there's a bunch of updates. Every time
reboot.
This is like my
update,
this is like
reboot.
my Chrome browser that's just like hit update now. And while we're waiting for this, special thanks to Neradoc, who is in the Adafruit forums helping out lots of folks. So we do hug reports in our Adafruit notes, but I just want to say thank you for helping so many people out in the forums.
Good work. You got
okay, look at this. It's working.
Yay.
And there you go. You have all the libraries have been installed. You can also do like Scott.update. It will find the modules that are in your lib directory and offer to update them. If it's not, when the code is running, the web workflow doesn't work as well.
Yeah.
Of course.
Well, we're making progress on that.
Dev build. And in addition to that, I think I'm going to work also on having an interface where you can select libraries directly and install them. So, or by name,
cool.
Yeah.
You want Mac tag, you click Mac tag.
Yeah.
This version currently downloads them as a zip. So that's not what we want for the web workflow, but
to start.
Yeah.
That was a version that I made before the web workflow. So yeah,
that's great.
All right.
That's Scott for the web workflow.
This is really cool. And how amazing are microcontrollers now that you can do stuff like this? Very cool. All right, Neradoc. Well, thank you so much, and thank you once again for all the help in the forums with the folks getting their projects going.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, everybody. We got to everybody.
That's our show and tell. It's good to be back. Thank you, everyone. Special thanks to the team who was doing show and tell while we were doing other stuff, including getting ready for Ask an Engineer. But this week, we did show and tell. Next week, we'll be doing show and tell as well. Thank you so much, everybody, for making this the best half an hour of our week every single week, whether we're watching it or chatting with you. We'll see everybody in just a few minutes. Ask an Engineer starts in about 5 minutes or so.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.